Hey guys, JJ here. So just wanted to let you all know, the video you're about to watch is a remade version of a video from about 3 years ago. So if you want to see the actual video, I'll link that in the description, but I promise you this version is going to be better, so just bear with it. Enjoy the video. Okay, so we've all been messaged by a scammer before, right? Some weird guy trying to sell you gift cards or something of the sort. Well, a time has finally come for me. Well, today I wish to tell you a story. That story is one of Grace Knight Sugar Mama. Now you may be asking, who is this person and why should I care? Well, Wolfpack, you're about to find out. So one day I'm sitting down, chilling on my desk, probably playing Fortnite or something, scrolling on Instagram, when I get a message. It's from an account I hadn't seen before, so naturally I clicked on it. It posed a weird question for someone I didn't know. If $3,000 was sent to your Cash App, how would you spend it? Now, me being the smart cookie that I am, I could tell this was obviously not someone trying to pay for my new gaming PC. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to reply with complete and utter sarcasm. Now, keep in mind, I thought this was a bot, aka an automated sender that doesn't reply to messages. So naturally, I said back, I would invent a time machine in order to tell my past self not to accept the Cash App scammer on Instagram. Now, I thought to myself, haha, take that, non-alive auto-sender. Little did I know, we were just getting started. Now, because nobody really texts on Instagram, it took 2 days to get a reply. I'm confused by this. I wasn't expecting a real person, first of all. They exhibited the bad grammar that any typical non-disclosed foreign scammer would. They say to me, not a scam. I can't scam you. I doubt they're obviously untruthful words, and I say, oh yeah? And why is that? And I about died when I read this. I'm just helping people out of they bills or rent. Immediately, I'm like, so we're dealing with someone who's not smarter than a 5th grader here. But I didn't want them to know I know, so I simply say back, your username literally says Sugar Mommy. I doubt that. Now this is where it gets wild. This next message took me aback. I needed a moment to recuperate after this one. She comes back with, I understand your feelings, babe. I can't be here and scamming people. Trust mommy on that, babe. I'm sorry, huh? Since when am I your babe? The only babe I am is to my wonderful future wife. After I took a minute to recoup, I decided to continue this. This was getting interesting after all. Let's humor this scammer. I decided to collect more info and said, how would this transaction go down? She comes back with lots of numbers and says, I'm paying you $3,000 for your first payment and $1,000 for weekly allowance Friday. It's enough. Well, I'm glad you decided what's enough. Maybe I was trying to buy a house. You don't know. Not that I'd actually get any money, but whatever. Anyways, befuddled by this offer, I say, and what do you do to have so much money? Now, Pack, this next one is a little hard to understand, but I'm gonna just give it to you straight. They said, I am an own of company and have a lost or company I'm control. So don't worry, I can't hurt you. If you are going to be loyal sugar babe. Okay, let's break this down. She presumably owns a company, probably for stealing children's candy or something evil, and I guess lost control of it, sold it, an alligator ate it. Anything is on the table at this point. And whoever mentioned hurting me? Now I'm frightened. Well, as frightened as you can be of an Indian guy at his computer pretending to be a sugar mommy. Now guys, this is when I decided to have some fun with this guy. I randomly decided to pick up an old-fashioned cadence and proceed with, but my lady, I must know therefore, what does an ever so kind woman like you look like? And he responds with what I can only assume was a primed and ready image of some lady off the internet. I tried to find it using Google Images, but couldn't find the exact one, so they probably got them from the black market or something. Hey, future JJ here. I was actually able to find this lady while rewriting the video. Turns out these are photos of an influencer by the name of Alexandra Irene Rodriguez. After a while of scrolling the page, I was actually able to find the exact posts as well, so here they are as proof. I wonder if the lady knows that some Indian guy aspires to be more like her. Anyway, continue. They say, "That's me," and I'm like, okay, bud, if you're able to choose what you looked like, why would you choose some over-Botoxed 40-year-old trying to look like a school teenager? No offense, I'm sure she's a nice lady. I opt to breeze over this topic, however, seeing as it might blow my gullible cover. I say, so where in India might you be from? To try and pull a trickaroo on him a bit. They say, whilst presumably catching on to my scheme, no, I'm from California, and you. Listen, I don't know how you could simultaneously be from California and me, but alright, you can write your own backstory, I guess. However, last I checked, I didn't have any kids. Though, now that they're asking me where I'm from, I get to create a backstory for myself. Deciding to go with something obscure, I say, I'm from Malta. Do I know where Malta is? No. Did she believe me? Yes. Hasty to move on, she says, good, can I cash app you now? I decided to test her geographical knowledge and say, sure, but we only have yens here. What is $3,000 in yen? And for your information, Malta uses euros. She ignores my middle school level challenge, however, and says, do you have Cash App or PayPal? That hurts. I put a lot of thought into that, you know? I decided to ask for a third option, just to be annoying. Can you do Venmo? And let me tell you, she got me with this one. She says, sure. S-H-O-R-E. Sure. I can't even. I'm not brain dead enough for this. Go play with the rest of Gen Alpha and their brain rot. What's your Venmo? She asked. And I decided to go with the obvious answer. Not stupid 69. She clearly didn't understand. She said, what do you mean? Not stupid 69 how? I informed her on how Venmo works and said that's my username. I switched rails to try and get her info instead. I say, what's yours? She ignores me, of course, and says, do you have PayPal? Let's do PayPal. Well, thanks for deciding for me. PayPal killed my grandma. I was avoiding another incident. But despite any common sense, I agree. A little bit of that may have saved this guy in the beginning. I say, okay, send me your PayPal. Once again, trying to get her info. She says, okay, how much you want pay to make sure? I once again sent her a meme and said, I'll send you 1.69 yen. Now at this point, she's getting tired of me. She says, no worry, babe, I trust you, send me your PayPal link. I, not having a link ready, say, I don't know how to find that. Can you call me and walk me through it? Thinking maybe, just maybe, I could hear the real person behind this account. But alas, she ignored me again, and she said, copy your PayPal account and paste it here. I, living in Malta, where we apparently live in the 19th century, say, I don't have a copying machine. Should I run down to the Malta Mart? As the apparent new ruler of Malta, I have decreed that's what all stores in Malta are called. Now, after this point, she started to leave me on red pretty frequently. After the Malta Mart message, she left me for a few hours, so I messaged a second time saying they don't have any either, with a sad face to make sure she understood how I was feeling about the situation. Another day passes with no response yet again, so I say, good news, got a copy machine. Bad news, apparently I need internet. Could I borrow your internet? Because that's how the internet works. She replies a few hours later with, how? What do you mean? So I shot back with more totally true facts. We don't have internet here in Malta. I was wondering if you could send me some of yours? Because the internet is now a transferable thing through Instagram messages. Now, she ignored me again after that message, so I decided, fine, she doesn't want to play with the stupid guy, let's get smarter. I say with a trick up my sleeve, I got my PayPal link. She swiftly replies, proving that she was purposely ignoring me before, bad sugar mama, with, okay, what's your PayPal link? Now, you may be wondering, am I really giving her my PayPal? No, my dear viewer. We are giving her something even more special. Using a special website, I create a fake link that looks like it directs you to a PayPal page, but in reality, it sends her to a page with an auto-playing Rickroll. That's right. We are going for the jackpot here. We are trying to Rickroll a scammer. She says, okay. And with that, we have accomplished a great thing on this day. I assume she left to throw a fit because she didn't reply for another hour or so. She finally comes back and says, send me your PayPal email, with a little emoji in case I didn't get it the first time. I wanted to rub in my victory, so I replied with nevergonnagiveyouup@gmail.com. I don't know what went through her head, but she said, then hey lost. Madam, I think the only thing that's becoming lost here is my brain cells the longer I talk to you. After 3 days of waiting for elaboration, I decided to put an end to this charade. I say, hey, I got the money! Thank you so much. Her being suspicious of my intent says, okay, show me. And I sent her a quick picture of a PayPal account with around £1,000 in it. She didn't even question why I swapped from yen to pounds, but okay. Continuing this act, I say, this is going to change my life. Thank you so much. She wasn't having it. No, you have not pay. Yes, I have pay. I showed you. I say, I did indeed. I actually gave you $150 to try and stir the coals a bit more. I say, so I guess we're finished here? She repeats saying, you are not pay. You can pay it now. I was getting too jokey with this and said, I already did, darling. This will help so much with my time machine. Once again, ignoring my callback, she gives me an email, which, for your own safety, I won't disclose, and says, paid here, family and friends only. Ooh, personal email at yahoo.com? I swiftly send her an email with a picture of a $100 bill, once again changing my currency, and say, sent the email, enjoy your fresh Franklin. She wanted proof, so I sent a screenshot of the email, because why would she have gotten the email in the first place? Apparently, she didn't find this funny. And finally, after about a week of dragging this scammer on, after torturing her relentlessly, after rickrolling her not once, but twice, she says, get block ASAP. Ah yes, sweet, sweet victory. I will never get tired of hearing that poor grammar admitting defeat. And with that, our saga has ended. What's the takeaway here? Scammers are pretty dumb and fun to mess with. Just keep your eyes open. Stuff like this could easily get you hacked or stolen from, so never give any personal info. But hey, there's nothing wrong with a little Rick Astley now, is there? Since this video, the account was in fact taken down, but presumably he went on to create another, so be on the lookout for any stray sugar mamas. Every report counts. Thanks y'all for tuning in. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button and decimate that subscribe button to join our pack. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out, Wolfpack.